So today we're going to add and subtract polynomials. Okay? But before we do that, I want you guys to do these. Classify these by the degree and number of terms. And I went ahead and gave you the list. Okay? A, B, and C classified by the degree and number of terms. So when I look at this term right here has a degree of 1. This has a degree of, 3 and 1. So the highest number is cubic binomial. All right. Second one, Marissa, classified by degree and number of terms. What's the degree of this polynomial? 6. So we call it a 6th degree polynomial. What? Because it's 4 or more terms. All right. EJ, what's C? It's right up here, yes. Linear. Linear what? Mama what? Monomial. Okay, good. Linear monomial. All right, let's do it again. Classified by degree and number of terms. The degree of this is 3. The degree of this is 2. The degree of this is 1. And the degree of a number with no variables is 0. The highest number is 3. We come over here by degree. This is cubic. It has 4 or more terms. We call it a polynomial. Micah, B. Constant, that's it. No, you do not put monomial. It is just a constant. Because, listen, wait. Guess, if I have 2 constants, what does that still just give me? 1 constant. You were going to say 13. You did say 13. I heard it. All right. And the last one, Elizabeth. Were you here yesterday? Okay. So this has a degree of 8. Shh. I'm going to hurt him. Okay? I'm going to hurt you. 8. This has a degree of 5. This has a degree of 1. The largest number here is 8. When we come over to the table, by degree, 6 or more, we're just going to call this an 8th degree. This has 3 terms, so we call it a trinomial. You have to memorize this table. And you know what? I'm tempted to say, when you give me your answer,
Wait. So,
it should be fairly easy for us. Okay? You are looking for like terms. So if you look at this example, if I have 12p to the third plus 11p squared plus 8p to the third, these are like terms. P to the third, a 12p to the third plus 8p to the third is 20p to the third. I don't have anything else to combine 11p squared with, so therefore this is my answer. Golly, I can't remember this thing right now. Now, when you write your answers, when you add and subtract, you have to put them in standard form, which means that I want the largest degree to the smallest degree. So look here. 5x squared, there's no other x squared. I'm going to leave this alone. -6, +8, plus 2. And then I have this 3x. If you give me this answer, it's wrong. Because this has a degree of 2, this has a degree of 0, and this has a degree of 1. All right, so when you reorder this in standard form, the largest degree goes first, then the next largest to the smallest. Okay, this is really quite an easy section. So I want you guys to add or subtract these two right here. So if we think about kind of highlighting them, 1t squared minus 4t squared is negative 3t squared. 2s squared minus 1s squared is positive 1s squared. Now notice, if we look here, we have an m squared in, an m squared in, and an m squared in. So I can combine all of these together. So 10 plus 4 minus 8 gives me 6. M squared in. Now, when we talk about more terms, I don't like vertical alignments. Okay? It's just a different look for a lot of us. But if you go ahead and group the like terms together, sometimes it becomes a little bit easier. Here we see that we have 3 terms here, we have 3 terms here. So if I group the x squareds together, group the x's together, and group the constants together, it makes it a little bit easier for us. All right, so if I look at an example here, if I group my x to the 8s together, I have 2x to the 8th minus 1x to the 8th. Then we have the y to the 8ths. So 7y to the 8th minus 1y to the 8th. So this will give me 1x to the 8th plus 6y to the 8th. Are you kind of getting this? Okay. So, again, these are all the same. B to the third c squared, b to the third c squared, b to the third c squared. So I can just add up the coefficients. 9 plus 5 is 14, minus 13 gives me 1. That's the answer. You can put a 1 in front of it. What? We'll try it. Move on. When you subtract, you'll do it just a little bit differently. Okay? We're going to look at this one down here. When you subtract, before you combine like terms, I want you to distribute the negative. So this negative times a positive 5m to the 4th gives me negative 5m to the 4th. This negative times negative 5m squared gives me positive 5m squared. And negative times positive 8 gives me negative 8. And then just rewrite what you had over here. 7m to the 4th minus 2m squared. All right? Then we can group them together. So we have the 7m to the 4th and the negative 5m to the 4th. We have the negative 2m squared. and the positive 5m squared. And we only have one constant, which is this negative 8. So 2m squared, or 7m, so 7m to the fourth minus 5m to the fourth is 2m to the fourth. Negative 2 plus 5 is 3m squared, and then we have the minus 8. You guys do the next one. Distribute the negative, and then combine like terms.